Hi, it's Keith Bates here, and today I thought I would answer a question posed by, I think it was Daniel. Why will there only ever be 21 million bitcoins? And an interesting thing to note is that this 21 million figure is not actually hard-coded into the Bitcoin code. It's actually an emergent property of something else that I'll get into later. But first, let's start off with some fundamental basics. First thing to note is that the unit of accounting in Bitcoin is not actually the Bitcoin, it's the Satoshi. And 100 million Satoshis makes one Bitcoin. And the reason why I mention this is because the way that the numbers are stored in the Bitcoin blockchain means that all the accounting is done in these Satoshis, and the concept of a Bitcoin is actually just a human one. It's like English people not saying £1,000 but saying a grand instead. So when Satoshi set up the system, he came up with an interesting way of basically minting currency. Now, in the real world, we mint currency either by printing presses printing more cash and the banks then distributing it out into society, or more commonly by banks using fractional reserve banking in order to loan money that doesn't actually exist. That's how our money is created in society. What Satoshi did was, he said, I'm not just going to launch this blockchain and spontaneously out of thin air create a huge number of bitcoins. I'm going to release them gradually over time. And he came up with the block reward. So the reward for mining a block back in the good old days used to be 50 bitcoins, or 5 million satoshis. And every 10 minutes, when another block is mined, another 50 bitcoins was created. But the code says that approximately every 4 years, or about 210,000 blocks, the reward is going to halve. So after 4 years, it dropped to 25, then it dropped to 12.5, and it'll keep halving time on time. Except that the code says that after a total of 64 halvings, then there will no longer be any block rewards at all, and the only way to make a profit from mining will be through the transaction fees. So you end up with a simple geometric series, and you can have a go with a pen and paper or a spreadsheet at this yourself. You start off with 210,000 times 50 bitcoins, plus 210,000 times 25 bitcoins, plus 210,000 times 12.5, and so on. And you do this a total of 64 times. When you add this all up, you will get a number just short of 21 million. It's actually 20,999,999.99 something. So, as I said, the total cap on the amount of Bitcoin that can ever exist is encoded in the rules of the Bitcoin blockchain as a geometric series that decreases and heads towards a limit, and then there's an abrupt cutoff at 64. So that's the technical reason why there can never be more than 21 million Bitcoins, or what would it be, 2,100 trillion Satoshis. Anyway, that's your answer, Daniel. I hope it made sense to you. If you have any more questions, do ask them in the comments below. And I hope the rest of you found that interesting too. And see you in the next video. Bye for now.